recording now,
And we're
guys. Shut
starting.
up.
Alright, so today we are dealing with horizontal and vertical lines. Okay, horizontal and vertical lines. We are going to have zero slope and undefined slope. Those are only two types of slope we're going to have today. Okay. Alright, so we look at this first graph. This graph represents a horizontal line.
Do you need to write it?
If I'm writing, you're writing. Horizontal lines run from left to right.
Miss Green, you have a pencil? What paper you want? No matter, I got one.
Wonderful. And all horizontal lines have a zero
Slow.
slope. Are computers supposed to be open during the lesson?
Yeah, no.
Let's go get it.
All right. The graph on the right shows a vertical line. Okay, your vertical line runs up and down. And all vertical lines have an undefined slope.
The same thing. Nice map. She's gonna say.
I went to go get my papers.
Yeah, he came back and messed with me. I can see what you mean.
So there is absolutely no way that if it's a vertical line, you should have a zero slope.
That's what horizontal.
And if it's horizontal, you should not have an undefined slope. Okay? Vertical is always undefined. Horizontal is always zero.
Wait, go from left to right or right to left?
Read the board.
That's the right.
Right there.
There we go, Lisa Gravis.
Yes.
All right.
Wait, go back. Oh.
Look, I can't. Fill it in later. I'm trying to make this video go too long. All right, remember your x-axis runs this way, left and right. Okay, it is your horizontal axis. Your y-axis goes this way, up and down. It is your vertical axis. Okay, parallel lines do like this. They run side by side. They will never touch or meet. Perpendicular lines do like this. They cross and form a right angle.
That's a 90-degree angle.
Durr.
There.
All right, your horizontal line. Oh, this is our acronym we're going to use. HOY. H-O-Y. Okay.
Boy.
Horizontal
Boy.
lines have a zero slope.
As I said,
So this O is your zero.
I mean today.
Okay. Your equation is always going to say y equals some number. Okay. Because your horizontal line is going to go through your y-axis, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to have a y value. Okay? Your vertical line, okay, always has an undefined slope, but it's going to cross your x-axis, right?
Yeah.
So it would always have an x value. So your equation will say x equals something. Okay? Whatever the number is that it crosses on the axis is the number that goes to where that blank is.
Yep.
All right. Let's do a problem.
Horizontal.
All right. We want the equation of the line that is graphed.
That's a horizontal.
So I see that we have a
Horizontal.
horizontal line. So we're going to pick which one of these.
H.
Is it oi or bucks?
Hey.
Boy.
Boy.
Okay? You're going to circle it and follow it. A horizontal line has a zero slope.
Zero slope. Zero slope.
Zero.
That means my equation is going to say y equals
Zero.
something.
Y equals.
Well, let's see what does y equal. Y equals whatever number that is
One.
crossing.
One.
All right, so this line is blank to the x-axis. Well, here's my x-axis. They run parallel.
Power L. Power L.
So when I look at this line and my y-axis, they are
Perpendicular.
perpendicular.
How do you?
What do you mean? How do I know? I was in here before. I mean, I was
Look at the line and look at the axis it's
I
talking
was in
about.
here earlier. When I
This is your line. This is your x-axis, parallel. This is your line. This is your y-axis,
Miss, did you like when I was
perpendicular.
In here earlier?
Okay, read what it says. Y-axis.
Miss Green. Yeah.
Let it come. Questions?
You like,
The other one is where.
What?
you like when I was in here earlier?
Trey? I don't have time for foolishness.
That's not foolishness.
If it has nothing to do with this lesson, don't ask.
Okay.
Don't talk.
Well, I have a question.
No.
Does a line always, like, every time the line, like, that's always going to be the slope?
You should be doing the next one.
That always going to be the slope?
How do we know what the slope is?
I'm asking you. Every
No.
time
How do
the
we
line-
know what the slope is?
Every time the line crosses.
No, tell me. What does this mean?
I'm not talking about the slope.
You asked about the
The
slope.
y equals. It's always going to be that number?
Yes.
That's what I said. Yeah.
When you said that. Because I didn't hear you.
All right. So the video doesn't go too long. Remember, that's your problem. I'm going to the next one. Let's get to the next one. I'll come back and check all your. No, you're not out of your seat without permission.
Wait, that's.
It-
Which one is that at?
All right.
I
This
was
time.
here.
Go out just a little bit.
It's VUX.
All right, so I see a vertical line. So it is the VUX because it's a vertical line. A vertical line has an undefined slope.
Who just put you in? Can I put undeaf?
No.
Yes, you may put undeaf. I'm fine with that. Okay, my equation has to start with x equals. Let's see, all these go together.
It's equal 5.
Now look at where it's going through the x-axis. There you go.
go.
Easy peasy.
Oh my god.
Everything is gonna be like this.
This is all the lesson today. Okay, it's gonna switch up a little bit, but it's the same thing though. Okay, so this line,
Vertical.
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 Yeah, vertical.
I think we want parallel perpendicular in these blanks.
I'm parallel.
Perpendicular.
But
So here's my x-axis, there's the line, it is perpendicular to the x-axis.
How's it not vertical?
yeah. But it's
We already said it's vertical right here.
Parallel.
This is
Parallel.
curly.
And
Parallel.
it's parallel to the y.
Parallel.
It is easy.
Close and grade.
Shiver my temper.
Questions?
No.
Miss, how do you?
Are you serious right now?
Alright. No, perpendicular touches. Perpendicular crosses like this. Makes a right angle.
oh my.
Did we have another question? All right, well, let's move on. All right, you're going to do the next three. They're the same thing.
That's not 3, that's 2.
So now we're moving on.
That's
All right,
two.
how about you count?
Are you
Alright,
serious?
1, 2.
Now flip it over.
3.
Oh,
What
it's,
is
this is the third one right here.
Flip it over.
4.
Yeah, I'm
All right, so now we're going to get the graphs with no line on it.
Are you serious?
Okay,
right
it's
now?
gonna be a
Oh
problem.
my God.
But you're gonna be given a point.
Oh.
Can we not put the point on the graph and make
No.
one? Yes, we can, because it's gonna tell you if it's parallel or perpendicular to a certain axis. Now we're getting ready to use our highlighters. Okay, so we're gonna plot our points.
Okay.
We're gonna look to see, what does it say? Does it say if it's parallel to an axis or perpendicular to an axis? That's gonna tell us how to draw the line. Okay?
Yeah.
Then we're gonna use our Hoy error bucks. Determine which one it is to get our slope and our equation. All right, so here we go. We have a graph, no line. They want the slope in the equation.
No.
We're given this point. So 2, -5. That means go across to 2, down to -5, put the points. Now it says it is parallel
So we're
to
gonna
the
start line.
x-axis. How about y'all be quiet? Let me teach.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? You're gonna take your highlighter and you're gonna highlight whatever axis it says. It's parallel or perpendicular to. So we need our x-axis.
Miss.
Highlight your x-axis.
Miss.
I remember my X.
Now,
X.
it says it is parallel to the x-axis. If it's parallel to the x-axis, it's gotta be going like this, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that means my line has to be going across.
Cross.
It's a hoy.
Oh, is that
So
easy?
I'm gonna draw the line like this, making it parallel to this x-axis.
Miss, what do you have
Okay.
to do?
Circle whore.
Now, you want
Boy.
to exit? So I have a horizontal line, so I know my slope is going to be 0. My equation will start with y equals, because I see it's going through the y-axis at -5. So y equals -5.
Damn.
Y equals -5.
Guys, the main thing is you got to pay attention to this part and the axis. Highlight the axis and then make your line either parallel or
What
perpendicular
are you
to
gonna need
it.
for?
It's ain't parallel, just the X. I mean, just the Y and perpendicular, just the X.
Pretty much.
So it's just gonna be that easy. You don't have to do any like.
All right,
lines
I'm
or
gonna do the next one for you.
No, can we do it? You do the one after
No, I'm gonna do these two, and then you're gonna do the two after that.
Come on, man.
No,
This is
come
easy.
on, man.
Come on, man.
All right, well then do it with me.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey.
All right. So we have this point. Put your point on your graph. So -4, 3. Keyword perpendicular. X-axis. So that means I'm gonna highlight this
Yo, X.
X-axis.
Yo, X axis.
Oh, I know what you're doing.
My line has to be perpendicular.
So it has to be
So
crossed. So it's vertical.
perpendicular has to
Vertical.
go through it.
Vertical. Vertical cut.
It's a vertical.
So if it's a vertical line,
Then that means
What?
it's, that.
so we have an undefined
On
slope.
Yeah.
Undefined. Under.
And my equation is gonna say x equals.
X equals -4.
I need this number, -4.
Oh.
Wow, man, is that easy?
It's that easy.
Way easier than the other one.
Yeah, I told y'all, let's work today.
But you
We
been like it.
just follow, put it all together.
You been
Just
like
make sure if it's vertical, you stay in all the vertical stuff.
Been
If
like
it's
it.
horizontal, get all the horizontal stuff.
Been like in the homework.
Don't be mixing the horizontal and the vertical.
You been like in the homework.
Mom,
You sure bet not, because you have all the time in the world to finish today in class.
We don't have all the time in the world. All the time in the world.
All right, last type, if you're gonna do these next two, let's go to this one.
Oh my.
Oh, it's totally blank, huh?
It's always gotta be
Yeah.
some
Oh,
hard.
wait.
Hey,
Why always gotta be
why
some
did
hard?
do that to y'all? Oh well,
Wow.
we got
Why
this,
do
no
we
problem.
We don't got
Still need the slope and the equation. We got a point. All right, so guys, even if you can't picture it in your head, you can still sketch it out, can't you?
Yup.
All right, yes you can.
No, I can't.
It's got to be parallel to the x-axis. So I'm be thinking in my head, okay, x-axis goes this way. Parallel would have to be like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what kind of line would that be?
Vertical. I mean horizontal.
A horizontal. If you can't think that through, okay, well then, sketch it out. It don't take much to sketch it out. Okay, x-axis, go on and highlight that thing. And we know my line has to be parallel. I got a point right here, 2, 6. 2, 6 has to go over a little bit and up a little bit, huh? That's gonna be the 2, that's gonna be the 6, huh?
Can you teach us
I mean,
how
how
to do it
fast
without
can you do that? Just thinking that through or jotting it down. It doesn't take much. You ain't gotta be perfect with it, okay? And parallel to the x-axis means your line would have to look like that. Okay, that's still the same thing that I just demonstrated with my hand.
it's gonna be thick. I mean,
Can you just teach us how to do it regularly?
Too much work.
I'm teaching you how to do it, Greg.
Teach us how to do it without the graph.
Did I not just show you how to do it without the graph?
No!
Yes, I did.
Slope is 0.
You just said
Pay attention, Trey. Pay attention. I clearly did not have a graph at first, and we figured out it was going to be a horizontal line, did we not? All right, let's do it again since Trey missed it. I read the problem.
Don't do it again.
I read the
No,
problem.
don't do it
Stop.
again.
I read the
Don't.
problem.
Oh my God.
And I saw it said x-axis. I did an x-axis. It said parallel. Parallel.
It means a hoy.
So what kind of line is this?
A horizontal.
That means, even if I didn't have this picture, I know it's horizontal, so I know 0 slope.
0 slow.
I mean, it'll say either one. Now, I'm
Oh,
even let you
I
in
get
on a
it.
little clue. It's going to say y equals in our equation. The
2.
number is already in your equation. X,
For real?
y. There it is.
Oh my
6.
God, 6.
So even with no graph, right you go. Since it's going to say y equals, it's going to say that number right there in that point.
Wow, man. So smart.
Whoa.
I know. Neato, huh?
Finish.
Alrighty.
And what's the M?